Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Games and Names. Our sport for this episode is roller derby, and our feature star guests are roller derby players Reem Al Bahtimi and Dina Edib. So let's get to know more about roller derby in Egypt and the female stars of the sport here, Reem Al Bahtimi and Dina Edib. Roller derby is a roller skating contact sport played by two teams of 15 members. Roller derby is played by approximately 1,250 amateur leagues worldwide, mostly in the United States. Gameplay consists of a series of short scrimmages or jams in which both teams designate a jammer who uniquely wears a star on the helmet and four blockers to skate to counterclockwise around a track. The jammer scores points by lapping members of the opposing team. The teams attempt to hinder the opposing jammer while assisting their own jammer, in effect playing both offense and defense simultaneously. While the sport has its own origins in the bank track roller skating marathons of the 1930s, Leo Seltzer and Damon Runyon are credited with evolving the sport to its competitive form. Professional roller derby quickly became popular. In 1940, more than 5 million spectators watched in about 50 American cities. In the ensuing decades, however, it predominantly became a form of sports entertainment, where theatrical elements overshadowed athleticism. And modern roller derby is an international sport, mostly played by amateurs. Most teams are all female teams, but there is a growing number of male, unisex, and junior roller derby teams. It was under consideration as a roller sport for the 2020 Summer Olympic Games, while the FIRS is recognized by the International Olympic Committee as the international governing body of roller sports, the Federation of International Roller Sports Games. It released its first set of roller derby rules for the World Roller Games organized by World Skate that took place in September 2017 in Nanjing in China. Most modern leagues and their back office volunteers share a strong do-it-yourself ethic that combines athleticism with the styles of punk and camp. As of 2020, the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, the WFTDA, had 451 full member leagues and 46 apprentice leagues. And the Roller Derby Coalition of Leagues, or the RDCL, is supporting women's banked track roller derby, and it has 8 full member leagues.
I'm Reem Al Bahtimi. I'm 29 years old. I used to play sports a lot as a kid. I used to play basketball. I used to play. I used to swim. I used to do other sports, karate and stuff. And then I had to stop for a while, for a few years. I was interested in sports in general. Had to stop because of school and college. I went back to sports when I was introduced to the game roller derby, because I used to play skating but not professionally as a kid. So I used to love skating so much. Now I started roller derby about a year ago. Roller derby. I chose roller derby as a game because it involves roller skates, which is very interesting in a game. Plus, it's kind of a contact sport, so it was something interesting and new for me to try. So that's why I went to try roller derby. And I started roller derby about 2020 November. So next month it'll be a year since I started. There are other positions in roller derby, such as the referees. The referees, they are in the middle of the ring to observe the game and call out the fouls. Like since it's a contact sports, there will be a lot of hitting to try to block the jammer. So there are areas that is okay to be hit and other areas that are not allowed to be hit. Like it's okay to hit like this part, but not hit with the elbow, not hit in the back. So the referees, they are there to point out the fouls. A good roller derby player should be able to work in a team, because roller derby in the position of blockers, you have to have the spirit of the team, because you all work together to try to block the jammer. Plus you have to be active. You have to be standing on your own feet, like stable.
To be a movie star is not so good. You sell your soul to live in Hollywood. Well, that's not the place for me. I don't wanna be a movie star. I wanna live life. I wanna go fast. I wanna jam hard and knock you on your ass. The only place for me is the roller derby, yeah. And maybe I don't fit in anywhere. If you don't like me, I don't really care. 'Cause I don't wanna be a dressed up, messed up Barbie doll. I know the roller derby's right.
Roller derby is actually international. International games has been in US. In Egypt, there hasn't been a lot of games of roller derby because the game is not so popular in Egypt. However, we try to play friendly games by dividing the members of the team and making two teams to try to make the game possible. Since the game of roller derby is not so popular in Egypt, we always try to spread the game by posting a lot of information about the game on our page, Kairolos page on Facebook. We try to host events for the game, like skating events. We always every once in a while we try to bring new people to join the game. We have like this levels of joining the game. Like first, when you start as a mummy. Then after you enter the game, you're a Cleopatra. After you join the first official game, you're officially a Kairollers. We have practice 1 day a week. Before Corona or before the epidemic, we used to have like 2 days of practice in a week. But since now we try to practice social distancing, so we make it 1 day of practice a week, and we try to avoid physical contact. Or if we are going to do the physical contact, you have to put your mask on. Roller derby is a contact sports, which means you'll get hit a lot, you'll get injured a lot. So you have to be wearing your protective gear. Protective gear involves the elbow pads, the wristbands, knee pads, and the helmet, and the skates. There is something so popular in roller derby, because it's a contact sports, you get hit a lot. There's something called a derby kiss. A derby kiss is when you get hit so hard you have a bruise on your body. It's like a purple bruise or dark bruise on your body. Referees has a very important job in roller derby. They have to be present in the game to provide anyone from getting hurt and calling out the fouls. You, as a hitter, me as a hitter in a game, I should not be hitting with my elbow. I should not be hitting with my knees. I should not be hitting. I only should be hitting by this part with my shoulder. As someone getting hit, I should not be hit in my back. I should not be hit in my stomach. Anything above this area, the face, should not be hit at all. That's why it's very important for the referees to be present in the game to notice any foul, to avoid for someone getting hurt. The most known countries in the game are US, UK, and Australia. There are other other Arab countries that play the game as well, like Abu Dhabi. Most games or most international games are held outside of Egypt, like US, UK. That's all. Roller derby game is a female's game because it's a contact sport. it's the team of women. Um, there are males in the game, but their position is only referees. But since it's a women's game, it's very important because you don't get to practice sports as a woman a lot. Roller derby game is a female's game because it's a contact sport. It's the team of women. There are males in the game, but their position is only referees. But since it's a women's game, it's very important because you don't get to practice sports as a woman a lot. Hopes and dreams regarding the game is I would like to grow in the game enough to travel and attend an international game. I'd like the game also to be more popular in Egypt. I would hope someday that we host in events here in Egypt regarding roller derby, that there will be more than only one team in Egypt, that there will be many teams, the game will become popular and games will be held here. That's one of my hopes soon.
My name is Dina Deeb. I'm 38 years old. I found out about roller derby through my sister. She told me there's an event, a roller skating event, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go because I love roller derby as a child. And I went to the event and I found out it was actually a team, a roller derby team. I didn't know much about roller derby. I like vaguely knew things about roller derby, but I didn't really know the details. So they told me, if you want to sign up, just write your name, and I did. The team is 4 blockers and a jammer. Okay, 2 teams play each other. The jammer has to pass all the blockers on the other team. The jammer has a star on her helmet, so we know it's a jammer. And the first jammer to pass all the blockers on the other team is going to be the lead jammer. The lead jammer, she can stop the game whenever she wants. If she feels that the other jammer is getting lots of points, she can stop the jam. So that's the advantage of being lead jammer. To stop the jammer, you have to block them. How do we block? We use this area. We can't use this area. We use our sides. We can't use our heads, we can't use our feet, and we can't use our elbows. We have to wear safety gear, we have to wear helmets, elbow pads, wrist guards, knee pads, and when you're wearing this, it's generally safe. Of course, there are injuries, but these protect you to a certain extent. Referees are very important because it's a contact sport. There's a lot of hitting, and you can accidentally hit with your elbow. You can hit someone in the back. All these are illegal zones. So they're on the track with us, and they have to skate fast with us to look out for the penalties. They have a very important position, and it's actually quite hard being a referee. I got injured for a while, and I was a referee for a time, and you have to really concentrate because the team are all together and you can't always see the penalties. So you have to really concentrate. You have to skate fast with them. You have to keep up with them.
All stars. PC Roller Girls.
Roll jazzy on it. On sport court that we skate on. International. First speed lap on the track, girl. Skating comfortable. Cause I know what the jams them need. All stars of DC. I got bearing grease on my passport. Real hardness 93. Round the derby world, don't speak your language. But your blocking don't need explaining. All I really need to understand is when you play derby with me. Play derby with me. Play derby with me. Play derby with me. Roll jazzy on it. We know the jukes to your blocks, German or Midwest. We know your blockers are strong, so we play offense. I know what the fans them want, skaters to play on. I got Sharpie marks on my jersey. I think I need a new one. Around the derby world, don't speak your language, but your blocking don't need explaining. All I really need to understand is when you play derby with me. Play derby with me. Play derby with me. Play derby with me. Itchy, blocked your friend from Rido. Me, that jam was a 3-0. We can destroy your 3-1.
5 seconds.
Play derby with me. Play derby with me. Play derby with me. Roll jazzy on it.
To spread the game more, we can use social media. We hold events to recruit new players. Basically, that's how we do it. All right. We before Corona, we had practice twice a week. We didn't have any problem with contact, and it was fine. We weren't thinking about social distancing or anything. After Corona, it came down to once a week. There had to be social distancing. We weren't playing scrimmages, which is the game where we're actually hitting each other. When we started to play, we have to wear masks, and we have to be careful while we're playing because it's a contact sport and we're close to each other. We travelled once to South Africa to play them over there. And there were home games with France and Abu Dhabi. They came to Egypt. Those are the games that we played internationally. There are a lot of countries that play roller derby. I think the biggest ones maybe are the USA, UK, Australia. These are the most known roller derby teams. A roller derby player, first of all, she has to be comfortable on skates. Comfortable because she's going to get hit and she's going to hit. She has to be a team player because as a blocker, we're always communicating to each other on the track. And if we separate, we have to get back together so we're able to block the jammer. she has to be fit. We have to do a lot of cross training so we can keep up with roller derby is only for over 18 year olds, mostly females. In other countries they have mixed teams, but in Egypt it's only females. If you'd like to join, it's a really fun game. The contact might be a bit scary, but once you're in the game, you're comfortable, it's so much fun. It's a team sport. We're like a family. We're all very close, and it's a really nice game. I think my hopes for the team is to build a league in Egypt, a competitive league, and to join the WFTDA, that's the Association for Roller Derby, so we can compete against the other countries. For me personally is to become a better player, blocking and jamming. I'm a blocker, but I'd like to also be better at jamming.